You would like to start a business in Germany and you would like to know more about the GDPR? Then this video is just right for you. Stay tuned. Yeah, so when we are talking about the GDPR, maybe it makes sense to clarify what is the GDPR. The GDPR is general data protection, and it's a legal framework that set guidelines for collecting and processing of personal information from individuals who live in the European Union. So the general information about the GDPR is that you as a business owner should collect just the necessary information. So just as much as you definitely need to be able to offer your service or to sell your product. So for instance, that means for a client, you definitely will need to have the name and the address, so you'll be able to send an invoice. But the date of the birth might be, depending on your business, not necessary. So just as much as you need and not as much as is comfortable for you and easier for you. So, and when we talk about that and when we have a look, where do you collect data? It already starts with the IP address when someone is visiting your website. So when we start about to talk about the website, that means that you need to prepare your website. So for instance, you have a website on WordPress and you use some plugins and you also use, for example, Google Analytics or another marketing tool to find out what people are searching for, what kind of websites they are visiting, how long they stay, and so on. So before even they start to visit your website, you will need to inform them. So before they agree, you need to block all these cookies, and just the cookies will be allowed they accept. So the essential ones, they are necessary to run the website. Of course, you will need them. And then you have to classify them. Is it marketing? Is it statistics or whatever it is? And you need to inform the visitor also about the detailed cookies. So what kind of cookies you're using, who will get the information, how long will it get stored, and so on. And the visitor also needs to be able to decide, no, I don't want to have it. Or even if I decided I agree to it, it should be possible to change my settings. So this is the first thing. And then we have another thing you also should consider. You will need to inform all visitors about the GDPR. So in general, first of all, what is it? What kind of rules you have to follow, but also what kind of rights all the individual visitors of your website have. And then it becomes more detailed. You need to inform them what you exactly do on your website, what kind of cookies you're using, who will get the information, how long will it get stored, and where do I get further information if I would like to find out more. But it's not just a website. The GDPR is more than just making sure that the website's good to go. You also will need to write down the workflows you have in your business. So how does it work? A client reach out to you, what kind of data you're collecting, what you're doing with it, where do you store it, why do you store it, with whom do you share it, and so on. But also when we are talking about that you share the information, for example, you hire a virtual assistant or a freelancer, and this person will get insights to your business and also access to the data of your clients, then you will need to write a contract with this person that the person you hired also will take care of the GDPR and also guarantees that the person will follow the rules. But not just person and people you work with, but also services you book. So for example, the newsletter tool you're using, or other kind of services you have, online calendar or whatever it is, you need to make sure that all these service partners follow the rules and know what they have to do, and you should have the contract, because it might be that the government will check that, and then you need to show your written workflows, but also the contracts with all the service partners you have. I hope that this video was helpful for you and gave you a first overview about the GDPR. And if you would like to know more and if you need individual support in that, consider to become part of the Expert Business Club. We have an expert who is specialized in the GDPR and is ready to back you up in all that topics. So we are looking forward to welcoming you. And last but not least, there is a legal note. This video should give you a first overview, but does not have the claim to completeness and does not replace the legal advice.